Hey everyone, CyberMatt here, and of course the Xbox E3 presentation has just ended, and honestly I thought it was a pretty decent show overall. Not as great as it could have been, but still pretty decent. So I figured go through some of what I liked and some of the problems I think it had. So let's start out with some of the good. And that starts out with The Outer Worlds. This is, of course, a game, I believe, by the original Fallout creators from Obsidian Entertainment. And this game looks really good. It didn't show a ton of gameplay, but it still looked good. It looked like a pretty cool game. So I'm probably going to pick that up. I think it actually said it was going to be day one on Game Pass. So that's going to be cool. Next up is a game from Ninja Theory. This is a game called Bleeding Edge. Of course, Ninja Theory did Hellblade, which is entirely different from this game because this game is a competitive 4-on-4 multiplayer game. But, I don't really like multiplayer games, but this game had some pretty cool character designs in my opinion, and so I think that is definitely worth a look. Ori and the Will of the Wisp, I think that's what it's called. Looks gorgeous. Really enjoyed the first game in this series and cannot wait for this one. A game that really surprised me is Minecraft Dungeons. I'm really not a big Minecraft fan. I just can't get into the base game. I played the story mode games from Telltale. Those were fine for what they were, but this game is like taking Minecraft and combining it with Diablo, and like I'm sold on this game. You can team up with you can have like parties of 4 people for co-op, and this just looks like a really fun action RPG. I believe this also said that it was coming to Game Pass as well. And I didn't say it here, obviously, but I did see a video after the presentation on Nintendo's YouTube channel that it's coming to the Switch as well. So that's awesome. Definitely going to pick this one up. Also, we got a look at a new Elite controller, which looks pretty cool. I never picked up the original one, never even held one in my hands, but honestly, I may pick this up. Honestly, since I got my Xbox One X late last year, pretty much all I've been playing is on Xbox. I really love the X, and so I think I might pick up an Elite controller. So let's talk about one of the biggest things at this presentation, Cyberpunk 2077. Didn't show any gameplay, but it did have a pretty cool cinematic that ended with a huge surprise. Freaking Keanu Reeves is in the game. That's pretty awesome, and he showed up on stage. The crowd had fun with it. He had fun with it. He just looked happy to be there. It was really cool that he was there and is in the game. That's insane. But I would say probably the 3 biggest games that they announced, at least in my opinion. First up is Tales of Arisen. This game looks gorgeous. Oh my gosh, like just on graphics alone I want to pick this game up and play it. It really does look amazing. So I really do. And then Flight Simulator. They're bringing back Flight Simulator. That really shocked me, but this game looks amazing. Like the graphics looks really photorealistic, and it just looks really cool. So I might give this one a look. And then an insane announcement, Phantasy Star Online 2. This is a game that was only in Japan, but is now coming to the West with all of the content from the original release in this game, and I think a lot of Phantasy Star fans are gonna be happy. I kind of do want them to maybe do a just standalone RPG Phantasy Star, kind of like the originals. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But it is really cool that they're bringing this over here. So let's get to the bad, or the kind of the meh. Battletoads. I'm sure this game's going to be fun. I'm sure it's going to be great. But I'm just not digging the animation style. It looks too, I don't know, kind of simple, kind of Cartoon Network, I guess, for me. I don't like the animation on it. But as I said, it'll probably turn out to be a great game. One of the biggest problems with this presentation was that there were too many cinematics for games, and that didn't show any gameplay, and these are for games that won't come out for another year or a year and a half, close to 2 years. It's kind of ridiculous. I want more gameplay. You know, it's great that they showed Halo Infinite, but it was only a cinematic and no gameplay. And then to say, oh, it's coming out in 2020 as a launch title for the next gen Xbox. It's just, it's kind of annoying. I want to see gameplay. I want to see gameplay. And of course they talked up the Project Scarlet, their next gen Xbox console, and saying like it could do 8K and 120 frames per second. And you know, it's hard to tell if some of this is exaggeration or they really mean this stuff, because they don't show anything to back it up. It's all just talk. And honestly, I don't really see much of a point in them, you know, hyping up a console that is not even coming out until not this holiday. No. Holiday of 2020. So I don't know. It just they should have waited and talked about it next year. But overall, I'd say this was a pretty good presentation overall. There were some fun surprises, fun moments in it. Again, I really wish they would have shown more gameplay for games instead of just being like, here's a nice looking cinematic. You know, but yeah, overall, I thought it was pretty good. So definitely let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below. And as always, like the video, share it, and subscribe. Till next time.